It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jameson Williams. He comes into this one fifth in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. He didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes it quick. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, but I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
On 2nd down, it's Walker trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Fant, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 21 carries, 91 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. Jackson now. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Jackson trying to complete there, Flowers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. Well, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Stroud on 3rd down now. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Washington offense set to take over. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Quick throw there is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And the Commanders' first down.
Now Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Cowboys' 10-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it. And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this.
There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. You're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that.
And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Jason Kabinda, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show-you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throw complete right side to Close. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. You look at this Cowboy defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Jackson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Walker with another carry. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud out of the gun here.
Walker with a grab, left side. mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Stroud. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Open man here is Conklin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this 1st half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
74 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Stroud to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. A nightmare of a 1st half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Jackson on 1st down. He gets it to Cooks. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. There again is Cooks, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw again is Jackson. Now the pressure, gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Cade York on now for the field goal.
It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
York able to send this one through,
and that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On first down, here's Stroud.
This is Fant on the short completion. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
The Cowboys at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. That means they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Stroud working out of the gun.
This is caught by Williams. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. They'll find Williams on the slant.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
It's Williams on the catch. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw.
This is caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
At the 3-yard line.
As Stroud now to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian Watson for 3 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Now Jackson on 2nd down. It's just their first, so they'll have 2. There he goes, left side. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Jackson. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
York able to send this one through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tua Tagovailoa, over 300 yards through the air with a touchdown pass as well. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Tim Patrick leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. C.J. Stroud and the offense back out there.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now. He's
got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Running free at the 45.
And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Cowboys. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10, it's Stroud. Finds his receiver, Watson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the Commanders' 45-yard line.
Play action. Stroud now. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Stroud sets up the play action.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Play action. Now Jackson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Here's Jackson. He gets it to Cooks. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Now a second and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. There again is Cooks, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Jackson on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Aleem McNeil.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 119 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
At the 44-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And complete once again to Watson.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Here's Stroud. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here goes Stroud again.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Throwing now is Stroud.
His throw incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Now Stroud.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And a Washington offense heading out. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Jackson to the right side into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Here comes third and the length of the football. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. This goes out wide from Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And Stroud now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Jackson now. That's to the pylon and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit, because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate. You should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Stroud to throw it. And he is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
There's the stiff arm. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back up for being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Stroud's throw brought in by Watson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
He's got his big tight end, Fan. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Stroud off the play fake.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
At the Commanders' 8-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Stroud.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to make it a 2-score game. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Stroud.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stumped the fake, and they take over the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Jackson.
Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Here's Jackson.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Jackson.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Now Jackson.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Jackson to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
York able to send this one through,
and that'll make this an 8-point game. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for your kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for Dallas,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.